EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Pickett back to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Harris. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there?
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This defense for the Steelers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. It's Eckler again. And they'll get him down here at the 23. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Herbert off of play action. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take... here at their own 33. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett. With a catch made by Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's second.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. Back to throw, Pickett. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Pickett now from the gun here. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sidelines will talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Hines. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Herbert. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 75. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. At 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett finding Pickens for another catch. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. The Steelers at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers. Working with a 2nd and 3. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Pickett to throw on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. The 30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. That's one thing to get the interception, and it was a great play, but then you saw how quickly all of his teammates, Charles, turned to find blocks, made sure they had space for him to make the house call.
And not only did they turn and find the blocks, none of them clip from behind, block someone in the back. This play is going to stand. And how about what we see each and every week now? When the defenders make a big play, there's always a group celebration after the takeaway.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for...
On it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play calls, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself, thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
But how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Eckler. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. Touchdown, Chargers! Mike Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Pickett back to the air on 2nd down. He finds his man Johnson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down. First and 10, here's Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Pickett right back to the air again. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Pickett will look to throw it here. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. They find some open field here, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. At their own 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Pickett now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Pickett. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Pickett. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. From the 27, Herbert. Finds Hines again for the completion. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Pass complete. It's Hines on the crossing route here. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the route is on here in this first half.
Chargers 35, Steelers 7.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. Ball has it knocked loose and picked up by the Chargers. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is nearly impossible.
Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. Room here to run. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To the air on first down with Pickett. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
The Charger drive about to get going. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Give him 32 on the play.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
They're on 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Here's Pickett. He's got this to Pickens. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Pickett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Up the middle with Eckler. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A quick throw there out to Williams. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided scoreline.
Touchdown, Chargers!
Mike Williams.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Chargers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
The drive starts with a completion left side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. This one finds Austin out right.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett.
And now here is another interception.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams.
43 yards.
And the Chargers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Chargers 63, Steelers 7. Dustin Hopkins the kickoff for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error.
And my goodness, another interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Charger TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Steelers 7. Dustin Hopkins the kickoff for the Chargers.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in at the goal line.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And it's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's got room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A give, Eckler running to the right. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Eckler again. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Chargers add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Hopkins with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
They'll throw again with Pickett.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson.
And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point put through by Boswell as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Steelers 14. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Hines. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
down.